In 3, 2, 1. What's going on, folks? Welcome to 34 Questions. I'm your host, 34. And tonight we have Reece L Black in the building. How you doing tonight, sir?
Hey man, it's copacetic. It's a warm, beautiful day. Don't want to date the video, but it's that time of the year again where the weather is popping. So the ladies need to get out, and the fellas, y'all need to get out and stop being scared too, and get out. And let's go.
I got you. Were you out this weekend? No
I'm,
thanks.
I'm just chilling right now. I was out all weekend. Shout out to Torch and everything. Now I was in the studio yesterday, banging out some new projects, getting ready for the summer. And now it's a beautiful Sunday. Just chillax.
I got you. Well, thank you again. I want to thank the folks out there for tuning in. But for you and for anyone else first time watching the show, just want to go through the show flow real quick. We usually start up with some warm-up questions. After that, we'll jump into an icebreaker. Then we'll get to the Wheel of Fate, where we'll spin the wheel, whichever number it lands on. That's how the conversation will flow. And after that,
man,
we'll do some closeout questions. Sound good to you, Reece?
that's good to me. I'm just trying to brighten my little screen here and everything. Yep, I'm good.
You good. For sure. Before all that, I just want to ask you, how you been lately, man? You've been doing good? You've been doing well? How you been?
Man, it's a blessing. I can't complain. Just got back on my feet and everything. So it's been a rough 2023, 2024, and 2025 is now showing its ass. And I just want to say, it's just been, I'm just happy that things are where they need to be right now. You know what I mean? So I finally got a good control of good hold on everything that's going to be coming. So I'm blessed, man. And I'm blessing everybody else too.
For sure, man. I got you. Yeah, it's I'm pretty much in the phase you just were in, I'm hoping to get to a place where things start making sense again. But I hear you, and I'm glad you're there. All right, man. Well, let's step into the warm-up. My first question for you in the warm-up is, what would you like the audience to know about you?
Oh, that is a good question. Okay, I see where this is going.
Yeah.
All right. See, I made sure that I didn't watch any of your content because I didn't want to be ready for nothing. I just wanted to come off the dome and just be authentic. What do I want everybody to know about me? Okay, I would like everybody to know that, of course, I'm a writer, because even though, yes, I write my own songs, my own rap songs and everything, but I also write R&B songs as well. If anybody has heard my music, I wrote all of that. Hooks, had to sing the dreaded reference track to give to the R&B artist and everything. And so that's actually a talent, that I actually love about myself, because not everybody can write an R&B joint. Not everybody can write about, love, happiness, sex, pleasure, and pain. That's a tough thing to do, especially if, you haven't been through any of that. And so, but when you have been through it or you haven't been through it, it's still considered a talent or a skill for you to even jot anything like that on pen and paper and go record it. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the attributes that I think a lot of people should know about me.
I got you, man. When we first met, I think you had introduced yourself to me as a manager. Is that true, or am I misremembering that?
Probably. I was lit that night. No, I think it was just me. I was just an artist.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I said manager. If I did, I'm sorry, but I had about 4 glasses of wine at, was it ground floor? I got to remember what event that was.
Yeah, it was ground floor. Shout out Kaleidoscope.
Shout out.
Yeah. Anyways, cool. Question for you as a songwriter, right? Switching lanes in your mind. If you have songs, do you start off writing songs that you think you're gonna do, and then you try to find someone else, or do you just have clients and you already know that you have this particular artist in mind when you write a song?
It's actually both. So when I hear a beat, I'm already thinking that it's going to be for me, because I'm searching for something for me. But what's interesting about it, let's just say I have a problem with hooks. Even though I could come up with a hook, I suck at coming up with a hook of my own. I'm telling on myself right now. This should have been the first answer to the first question.
All good.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard for me to come up with a hook for myself, right? Because when I hear a beat, I already hear somebody singing in my head a hook, for some reason. It's like, damn, I just want to make a hook for myself without getting, an R&B singer on it or whatever. But it ends up happening anyway, so I pretty much just go ahead and just deal with it. So I end up writing the hook and getting somebody else to sing on it. Even though in the beginning, yes, I want to do my own hook, but then I hear that track and be like, I don't know what it is about the bass shit. We just love when somebody's just singing on a hook of our own joints. Look at every song that you ever heard that you slapped to back in the day had an R&B check it on the real. Like
Yeah.
every time, that's this big thing. And so I think it's stuck with us. So yeah, to answer your question, I do plan on writing it for me. It's still for me, but baby, you're gonna have to sing this hook.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
It wasn't for me. When I was super young, that was my first dream, was to be a rapper and stuff. So I've written before, but I never really written for other people. And I remember, my partner, this was like a few years ago, but she first got on a track, and I got super hyped, man. I think for me, I really like the melodic rapping. If you get the right person on the track. But for you, and then if there's any shout outs you want to give, but have you ever written a song with something in mind, and then that collaboration just worked perfectly?
Man,
this is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah. It exceeded. It would exceed. Like, just imagine, like I said at the beginning, I will have to make that dreaded reference track, so I'll sing on it. I'll throw on BandLab, load up the track and the vocals, and then I'll send it off of how I want them to sing it. And that's that day in the studio. They murder it. But then again, that's what they're supposed to do. But what they do is, shout out to King Tahoe, K Rowland, Trip to J-Town, Milani Diane. Like, shout out to them, because they come in and they put so much extra sauce on it to the point where it was just like, oh damn, this is gonna be so damn fly and everything. That's because in their head, they already know what to do, because this is their profession, right? But it also helps when you give them a joint that they can actually feel and rock to it, because that's how you can tell when somebody likes what you've done and what you've written, because they'll put their own spin on it, their own swag on it, go ahead and give you some falsies, some lows, some riffs and runs. They treat the song like it's theirs and everything. And that's actually a blessing. Like, that's a compliment to me and everything. But yeah, it exceeds all the time. I'll come in with one thing and then they just blow it out the water the next. You know what I mean? So that's talent for you.
I got you, man. I got you. Let's move on to the second question in the warm-up, which is, how would you like to be honored? Or in other words, how would you like to be celebrated?
Oh, man. Good question. Kind of sucks because I ain't dead yet, so how would I be able to answer that?
This is just putting some thought to, so we know afterwards, like we never asked this question, you feel me?
Yeah. Because we ain't ready to die just yet, so we don't know. But let me go ahead and eat this. How I like to be, I would want to be remembered and honored as somebody who was very, very creative, who was not afraid to like step out of his comfort zone. Because when you're rapping and then you decide to blend it with R&B and everything, like shout out to Sample Cherish, because he produced a lot of tracks, and I'm actually doing a collab album with his tracks only, and I decided to call our joints Throb and Beat. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I'm making the ladies dance, I'm talking about pleasure, and his beats is just rocking. That's he gave me my sound, and I appreciate him for that. And I just want to be known as that dude that, hey, no matter what you did, I adapted to it. I tried something new and everything, you know what I mean? And I'm actually proud of myself. So when we blended, because he blends R&B with his production and everything, and so I had to adapt to that. And honestly, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm very, very proud of that. But yeah, like, I want to be remembered as somebody who's not afraid to step out of bounds once in a while, No,
I got you. You think that confidence in adapting, was that something you had ever since you was young, or something that you grew into?
Yeah, that's a Leo tendency. Yeah, it definitely is. It's like we're more confident about what we know we can't do, but we are in our head, we're gonna prevail at it. You know what I mean? Like, if you ever like watch sports and you see that dude guarding somebody he shouldn't guard, yeah, that was me. Who gonna get him? I got him. Dude, he taller. That's a mismatch. I don't care. I got him. Let's go. Let's go. like that's me when it comes to this music. It's like, no, I can do this, I can do that. I just want to try, and if I succeed, that's where your confidence comes in. Because I know there's this contrast between what's cocky and what's confident. Confident is just knowing that you can do it. Like, you have the ability to do so in your head. You got the plan. You can do it. Cocky is just arrogance. It's complete arrogance. Just like like this show right here. You're confident that you know that you're gonna have a dope platform. You know what I mean? So you're gonna put all your time and energy, come up with all these questions and everything. You're confident that this is what is possibly needed in this space and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, the confidence is pretty much there. Especially if you kind of have a challenge to yourself that you want to overcome. But it's definitely breakthrough. And for me personally, it worked.
Yeah. No, I feel that. Cool. We'll move on to the last question in the warm up, which is, how well do you know yourself?
Man, that's another good ass question, man. I say I'm at the point where I know myself, now at 110%, because we go through them. I've been going through those moments where I was like, wow, I can't believe I handled that pretty well. Yeah, like 3 years ago, that wasn't happening. You're a short fuse, loose cannon popping off at the mouth. You straight OP and everything. Yeah. But it's like now I've gotten to the point. I was like, wow, I can literally handle that. Like, I'm proud of myself for being calm in that situation and everything, or just charging something to the game. And now I can say, I know, who you are when you learn to stay out of certain arenas in your life. Like, I had to stop dating a certain type of woman, and now I feel like mad happy that I did that, even though you're fine. But it's like, I'm comfortable with passing up something physically good that was going to be bad for me, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I definitely know what you're saying. But I hear you. What's it called? What would you say is the last time you surprised yourself?
Oh, I would say that yesterday in the booth. Yesterday in the booth. Like, when you are, if anybody is they're a rap artist or singer, and you knock your bars out in a certain amount of time, like a short time, like, let's just say you clipped it 10 minutes tops. I was surprised about that, yesterday. I was like, damn, I kind of just flew through this track. Damn, let's go on to the next song and everything, because usually I like to take my time. But I just went through it flawlessly. But I kind of also, practice, rehearse before I go into the booth, because a studio fee, time waits for no one. So you want to go in there and you want to knock out your session, because you want to try to do as many songs as you can and everything. So yeah, yesterday in the lab, man.
For sure. What's it called? You've been doing the music thing for a while. I actually work with high schoolers, and they got dreams of doing music. What's something you wish you had known when you started that now?
Oh, you need a team. You need a team, because I'm gonna tell them myself right now. I don't know. I'm gonna wait until maybe there's a trick question like that, but I'm not gonna say that just yet. But you can't do it alone. You know what I mean? It's just like, the music game is not masturbation. It's not. You know what I mean? It's not. You need another partner or a gang. You do, because you need somebody to pretty much inform you of what's happening out there. And I will admit, I would step aside my own pride. And it's like, this is what I have to use TikTok. Yeah, it's the new radio station, new video station. I'm like, are you serious? I just got used to Reels. Now I got to use TikTok. Yes. Yeah. So when you have somebody telling you that, then it's just like, okay. And then you see it. Yeah, songs do blow up off TikTok. You know what I mean? And there's other platforms. And you kind of do have to do platforms like this where, because music is not really, your music's not going to get on the radio. But at least a podcast platform or a YouTube channel or anything else, an interview will basically get the people to know you, because the masses have to like you. I don't care about your music. Why should I stream your music? I need to know who you are. I need to know if you're likable. And people have to tell you that. And you can tell that a lot of people are not learning about that. But then again, we have seen interviews on music TV shows, MTV, 106 in Park. They are always interviewing the artist, and then they go to the video. So in a way, you have to be likable for that platform. And if the people love you, oh yeah, they're gonna stream the hell of you. But you need a team. Y'all need to get together. I'm the marketer. I'm the promoter. I'm the creator. I'm the rapper. I'm the writer. I'm whatever. Just y'all need to form Voltron.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I was gonna ask you what departments or like what roles, how many people do you need on your team? I guess, or what should you start with?
I would say minimum 2. You know what I mean? Like 2 day ones, because they know you better than you know yourself, and they can tell you, nah, this is trash. They suck. Leave that chick alone. Get your ass in the booth. Write another one. Stop doing that shit. That's trash. Stop doing it. Yeah, you need someone to basically to give you constructive criticism. Your day ones they'll let you know if it's trash or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and then one of them, that could be, I don't know if you want to call them necessarily your manager, but this one person could be the person that's going to put that motion in for you, right? Gigs and stuff like that. This other person is going to be the one that could help promote your music on the gram and stuff like that, and make sure they're the creator too. Because everybody be saying they do this, they do that, but it's like you should be able to have somebody who could cut up promo videos. It's like 30 seconds for the reels or the stories or something for the gram. And then you have somebody out there who's hitting up people via email, making moves outside, like, hey, can I get my artist, to get on your podcast? Can I get my artist to do host one of your nightlife events on a Friday or, first Saturday's event, something.
Yeah.
A third person is optional, you know what I mean? But 2 day ones, including yourself, that's a team of 3. So I think that's a good amount to start off with. But if you got a super duper team, if you got the budget, if you think you need to scale, more power to you.
Yeah. No, I got you. Thank you for your input, man. I got this one kid. He's pretty gifted. I think he's gifted producer. But he hasn't found like a rapper at school. And I'm like, damn, like you make all these beats, you can't find somebody else to just hop on the track. But yeah, well, I'll let him know, because push him. We keep telling him like you got to find these folks, but or people will find him on YouTube and stuff. But
yeah, that's a challenge too, because not everybody will mesh well with whatever type of beat you got. Not everybody can adapt. And that's something that I've learned. Like when I look for a collab or a feature, and they'd be like, man, are we still gonna work? It's like, no, we're gonna work, but I have to find a beat for your voice. I just can't let you hop on anything. It's not that I don't trust you. It has to flow. Like your idea has to somewhat match my idea. Basically, there has to be chemistry on a track, is what I'm saying. We all just can't get on here and do like some hiccup crap together. Like, no. I've listened to your music before. Your voice has to be perfect for something. And usually I end up finding it, I overcome it, and the track is great. And it's like, yeah, you're right half the time and everything. But if he can find somebody that pretty much gels well with his tracks, the way I did with Cherish, he'll shoot it. They'll be all right.
I got you. Yeah, that's a common mistake I made when I was pursuing to be a rapper. I didn't pick the right beats a lot of times, or like I would force it because that's what I think people wanted to hear.
You're like Nas, just play the track, I got it.
Yeah.
That's how Nas is, yeah.
But yeah, and there are some songs where like Nas is actually my goat, but he I'm not like in love with his whole catalog. There's a lot of
he's a terrible beat selector, that's why. He is. He's trash at picking beats, but we love Nas. Like you said, that's the GOAT. That's everybody. He and everybody top 5.
Yeah. So yeah, and hey, have you picked a bad beat before? And what was that experience like?
Good question. You know what? I was actually listening to my first LP that's out right now. Slap dance music, and I'd be like, man, all of these hit. But if I can say I do have one track that when this person got on and they started rapping and singing the hook and everything, I was like, I like this song now. But out of all the beats I think I've chosen, that was probably the least one I like. But then again, we brought it life. At first listen, it's like,
No,
but then we went ahead and cooked it up. We put the bologna and the mayonnaise and the cheese and the lettuce on it and everything. I was like, okay, this was good. But yeah, in the beginning, I'm like, this was probably like not the worst, but the least likable until we completed it 100%. Then it wasn't so bad. So yeah, I would have to say yes, I have, and it was that one.
I got you.
I don't want to say the song because I don't want to upset nobody.
No worries, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, man. We made it to the icebreaker portion of the podcast. want you to choose between a this or that or a word association. Which way you feeling?
Ooh, this or that, or word associate. Oh, man, let's go with this or that.
All right. You have 34 seconds on the clock.
Damn, I should have chosen the order.
No. There's no high score or nothing, but we gotta
I was just playing.
keep it pressurized, and I'll follow up on a couple of your answers. All right.
All right.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Vacation or staycation?
Vacation.
Time machine or magic wand?
Time machine.
Sort by price or sort by rating?
Price.
Win a race or win a debate?
Race.
Hang out with little kids or hang out with old folks?
Old folks.
Group hangout or one-on-one hangout?
Group hangout.
Growth or security?
Security.
I got you. Cool, man. That was the 34 seconds.
Jesus, that hurt. That's the most I ever thought. Like, damn.
You're still alive, man. You're still alive. Bulletproof. What's it called? So let me follow up with hang out with little kids or old folks. You said old folks. Why old folks?
The wisdom, much respect to the elders and everything. You know what I mean? It's like I'm a dad. Y'all get on my nerves, but the elders, I love soaking up so much game. You know what I mean? And I mean, the elders has helped me get me where I am today. Just like when you asked me, you got somebody after school trying to, bust a move in the music game and everything. I'm the elder that can provide a little something. You know what I mean? So you get around the best older folks who got the game. They can, instill it to you.
I got you. What would you say is the best piece of advice you've gotten or received?
Say no. Get comfortable saying no. Like, let's back it up. When I said sometimes you got to tell that fine chick, nah, I'm cool. It's gonna hurt. But she poisoned you. It was like, yeah, it's like sometimes you will feel good about yourself that you brought yourself to say no to somebody. Like, I'm not feeling it. No, I'm not doing that. It's not fitting for me. It's not suitable for the soul.
Damn, that's a hard one, at least for me. But damn, yeah, saying no is important.
Yeah.
What's it called for you? Was that advice that you seem to have sought out in the moment, or that was something maybe someone saw and was like, hey, I need to tell you this?
I got my ass whooped. Get smacked in the head. You need to learn how to say no. It's one of those.
Got you.
It's one of them. Like, stop being so damn. Look, you can't be everywhere. No. Learn how to say no. God damn it. Now, because when you don't say no, you literally affect somebody else's livelihood. You can. Like, because you didn't say no, now your mama's still at work waiting because you were supposed to pick her up, and now you're late because you wanted to go do this for somebody else. I mean, you literally affect somebody else's life by not saying no sometimes. So yeah, I had to learn how to just say, nope, not doing that.
I got you. And then for growth and security, I believe you said security. Why security?
I was thinking about the future. You know what I mean? Because growth is present. You're working now, and sometimes after growth is security. And the reason why I had to go with security is because if anybody else of our family men, I don't have really much time to grow no more. But I got to make sure the babies are secure. They got to have a pot. They got to have something that they can inherit from me. I can't keep growing into my 50s. They got to have something now. So security is for everyone. Growth is kind of, I don't want to say selfish, but growth is personal. When security can, everybody around you can benefit from security. And so that's what my head was thinking in 5 seconds of answering that question.
That's good, man. I know it's on spot. But nah, it's where your mind goes to, Yeah. But I hear you. That's an interesting one. I like how you said security, covers everybody. It's not just.
That's why it's called a security blanket.
I got you.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, we made it to the Wheel of Fate. I'm gonna give the wheel a spin, and whichever number it lands on, that's how it flow. And if anything's too deep or too personal, something you don't want to talk about, feel free to pass. All right.
Yeah. Let's go.
So here goes the first one. Question is number 8 Where do you belong, or where do you feel like you belong?
Oh man, where do I belong? Man, you killing me today, bro.
I asked you if you
I'm
had
an
the
adult. I
questions
should
before
know
we
this shit,
started.
yo. What kind of adult am I right now? I belong. I belong in. I feel that I belong in a space of comfort, meaning I should be able to like be myself comfortably, because right now, as you already know, everybody's sensitive as hell. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man.
Will Smith is even slapping Chris Rock. We are, well, no, we can't use that because he has some other stuff that built up to that slap. You know what I mean? But it's like I belong in a space where I can pretty much just like open up. You know what I mean? It's like I grew up with a bunch of comedians, so sometimes I love to laugh at stuff. You know what I mean? I think that's what we need to be in a space where we're all just comfortable in life. And I'm not even talking about financially, but personally, you should be able to like sleep. You know what I mean? It's like, so to get my one answer, I belong in comfort.
I got you. You ever, what would be something you feel like when you know you're not comfortable, what's something that you either like not change about yourself or maybe hold back on,
Oh, you know what?
When you're uncomfortable, yeah.
I know I'm uncomfortable if I said yes.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, see, so it's like I for years, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a dad now. I have been comfortable with saying no because I got practice on my son. So now I can actually tell other adults, nah, that's not, nah, I'm not with that and everything. The moment I'm uncomfortable, if I just say, okay, when I know I shouldn't have, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my answer to that.
For sure. And you mentioned fatherhood a couple times, man. I wanted to ask, how have you changed from, not being a parent to becoming a parent?
Oh, because you want, okay, I'm a Leo tendency. I want my child to just be like, Dad was fly, Pops was fly. I want to be like that, or I want to be better than that. I want to surpass him in some. But damn, Pops wasn't no chump. You know what I mean? Talented, creative, smart. Money was right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gift of gab. I was like, when he was there, it's like I wanted to be the best example that I can be. For him and everything. And then so I just kept on. I just kept on that road to like be dope and everything. So platforms like this. He'll know how to talk, you know what I mean? Or he'll know how to start his own platform so he can have guests, or whatever type of content he wants to do. But I just want him to be, inspired that Pops was, was on point.
I feel that. So, gonna give the wheel another spin. Next question is number 17. Do you trust yourself?
You know what? We ain't gonna have no easy questions today.
Yeah. They're sprinkled in there somewhere. They're in there somewhere, man. I forgot what numbers.
Yeah, it was the icebreakers. That was the easy shit. All right. Do I trust myself? Yes-ish. I'm getting there, and I'm getting there because when it comes to dating, you know what, I passed. Not just playing. When it comes to when it comes to the whole dating thing, that is like the only part where us as men, we can fail, because the game is different now. Because now, do I trust myself talking to this chick? Why do I want to talk to her when I don't even know nothing about her, but I know I have a good idea what she already is? And then what do I say? Nah, she's not like that. Let me go holler. But I do that 20 times and it's the same type of chick because that's my fault. So when it came to that aspect, it's like, nah, I don't trust myself really. But then again, I say, yeah, I trust myself because it's like, bro, you know better. You just need to get over the physical part. She wrong for you, but bruh. So when it comes to the ladies, I'm getting there. Getting there.
For sure.
Yeah.
This one doesn't have to, be with the ladies, but when's the last time your instincts were like proven right? or you were like, hell yeah, I called that, or you know,
Oh.
or it could be the
Like
ladies. Wait.
sometime last year.
Okay.
Yeah, like sometimes last year. And the thing is, that's actually like a great question because it impacted that other person. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because they miss you. Because I'm 10 toes on what the type of guy I am, right? And you can either, I don't want to say deal with it or not, but it's like you can either accept it. I'm not going to do anything wrong to you, but just know that I'm a dude who's on point. So there's just some things that I'm not going to like deal with. I'm a charge to the game, and you could go do that with whoever, you know what I mean? And then so when they ended up realizing that they were wrong, and then they admitted to me that they were wrong, you know what I mean? It was like finally somebody saw it. But that's good on their part too. So, they took accountability on their end, and they actually thanked me for it. Like, thank you for like, showing me some things, and whoop. The rest is history, man.
I got you. You're from Oakland, right? Am I correct?
I'm just always out there, but Pittsburgh is my home.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Pittsburgh. What's it called? I grew up in the Bay Area. I like to think, all our little cities and towns and stuff has their own flavor. How would you describe Pittsburgh's flavor?
P City, we player over here. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why a lot of folks can't stand us. Yeah, because we gonna step, we gonna holler. You know what I mean? That's one thing I could say that I like about the Pittsburgh culture. And shout out to my cousin, Huss and everything, my figures, because they all from out here. Slide pace on them, much love to all y'all. And then so out here, we are just not afraid to step. We're not. Like when I be in the town, and it hurts me because when you in the town and you see all these dudes up against the walls and they're not trying to holler at these, it's like y'all done paid a dub to get in the spot. Like,
yeah,
go ahead and holler. And it's like, dude, is this still the town? Or maybe they from somewhere else. They just came to the town. I don't know. But
it's been like that. It's been like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but you come out, I guarantee you talk to some chick. Oh yeah, I was talking to this one guy from Pittsburgh. I don't talk to him no more.
Was that you? You was the guy?
I was probably one of them. Yeah, I probably was one of them. Yeah, because because like I said, we're on the player. We love to show the ladies a good time. We're not afraid of that breaking bread on dinner dates and stuff like that. No, we're gonna treat and please the woman. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, some of us are still down with monogamy. Yeah, because because we on some queen shit. I mean, having a chick here and there, that's cute and everything, but if you are main, you get everything. Kings don't share their queens. You belong to me. I belong to you. You know what I mean? But that's how it is out here. That's our culture. We love the ladies. We're gonna holler at the ladies. We're gonna keep the ladies, and have a Coke and a smile and a Slurpee. You dig?
I got you. Ladies, now you know what Pittsburgh's all about, yo.
Yeah, it's a small town, so be careful.
I feel that. All right, man, let's give it another spin. I want to thank you again for coming through, man. We got about like 10, 15 left. But yeah, hope you're having fun.
Yeah, man.
Number 31, what makes you feel young?
Good freaking question, man. I gotta say the music. The moment when I'm going through the tracks and I write my song out, after drinking, I be getting lit while I'm composing. I feel like that's when my best shit come out. And then when I get in that booth, that it's like I feel, I don't even know if young is the right word, but I feel life. You know what I mean? Like if I was not able to create, I don't know what I would do. You know what? And I think that's what make me feel like old, because it's like you're just waking up and just going to work, coming home, wake up, go to work, home, be on dad duty, go to work again. It's like it's a routine, and then you die.
Yeah.
So when I create, it's just like, I feel lit, especially when somebody else is like rocking with it, getting DMs and getting likes from the grooves and everything. It's just like, man, like, thank you. You know what I mean? So yes, of course, the encouragement, I can say that the encouragement is what makes me feel young in this game. Like they want you to keep going, come with something else, come with something more, give us some more juice. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, let's keep it going. It's slap season. Let's keep it going. So yeah, man, music, man.
You know, I don't know. Have you heard of the 9 types of intelligences? Like, there's this graph and bar, but everyone's, you know, they have one or two of them that they gravitate towards. So for you, being a creative, right? When did you feel like you noticed that your mind works a little bit differently than other people? Like, you can envision things, you can hear things, you can create things. Like, you know, as a kid, I feel like we grow up thinking what I'm feeling, what I'm going through is similar for everybody else until we figure out, nah, it's different. So yeah, for you, was there a moment where you like, damn, all right, I'm kind of thinking differently than these other folks?
I want to say at around 13 or 14 when I first started writing music. Now, I mean, just think like you said, you know, you got, you know, a team, you know, that's inspired to do music. How many other ones can actually write? They got a whole notepad. It's like, bro, you got a whole catalog. Like, damn, you got like you like 16 tracks deep. When did you come up with this? You know, about three days ago. So they were literally probably writing like 2 songs, you know, a day up to that point, and still going. Like they got half a bar they ain't finished, probably got writer's block or something. But this is like, that's amazing. And there really wasn't too many of us that was doing that in tutorial. You know what I mean? Some of us was just playing around, waiting for the bell to ring so they could go to the next class. But some of us was just writing. And then, yeah, at that point in high school, I could probably say the same. I could probably speak to every teenager. That is usually when we can come up with everything. That's the prime of our brain. And we're just getting started, and we already knocked out 22 songs or whatever. Then we get on BeatStars. Well, they get on BeatStars. We didn't have that. We just rapped to somebody else's track that was already done on top of that. You know, but these kids, they can do that. So that was just when I realized, like, we flushing out albums at 14 at lunch. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, not. I don't know how many kids do that. You feel me? But
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's a minority, bro.
Yeah. Damn, that's wild. I don't know. I know this is hard, but if I was gonna ask you if there's a bar that sticks out to your mind, you don't gotta rap it, but can you tell me a bar for you that just means something, like, you know, something special for you? Yeah.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Let me think about that one.
I could come back to it at the end. You want me to come back to it?
Nah, I got you.
All right.
I got you. You know. So you're having my baby, and that means so much to me. That's Jodeci Forever, my lady. I am a sucker for love. I am. You know, but I grew up in that era. You know what I mean? I grew up around the 90s music when everybody loved everybody before there was like side chicks and shit. Like, you know, let's get married, Jack and Edge. Like, I was back when everybody loved it. We got along. But yeah, like I'm a sucker for R&B because, you know, I love love. I ain't afraid to say it. I love love. I love going around. I see couples holding their hands, you know, holding each other's hands, walking around Lake Merritt and stuff like that. You only live once. You know what I mean? Not all of us want to grow up alone. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a player forever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's possible, but maybe not probable for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know. But it's like, yeah, that bar sticks out because I don't know how many mothers can actually tell their child, yeah, when I was pregnant, your dad changed. That's impactful. You know what I mean? So yeah, that bar right there to start off Forever My Lady, that's stuck like honey.
That's wild. That's a wild line, man, as far as like a mom telling their child that your dad changed.
Yeah, dad didn't tell you, but mama told you that he did. Because, you know, dad's not supposed to show any emotion. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like when my kid was born, it was like, oh man, wow, I got a kid. I went to the bathroom. I need a minute.
Yeah.
I need a minute. Yeah, because it's a joyful moment, you know. It's really a joyful moment, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, that bar right there, that's grown up shit.
Got you, man. Appreciate it. All right, so we are moving on to, before we go to the closeout questions, we're gonna go into this exercise called the 34th mantra. I want you to fill out these blanks. I am, I can, I will. So I am blank, I can blank, I will blank. It doesn't have to be the same word. You know, people generally put different things in those blanks, but it's up to you. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll take you to that stage.
Ready.
All right. Here you go. You're speaking into the universe, man. I am, I can, I will.
I am love. I can love. I will love.
Show. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Maybe you could sample that in a track at some point, but
I might have to.
Cool. So we made it to the closeout questions. Reece, this next one is from my previous guest, and I think you saw him if you were there at the show at Kaleidoscope. It's Mundo. So shout out to Mundo. Mundo's question for you is, when's the last time you felt honest with yourself?
Like the last few years.
Yeah.
But if I have to keep it solid today, right now on this platform, for the simple fact that everything, like, boy, you done came with an AK down the street on the brother house with these questions and everything, and you pretty much really had to like answer it just like that. You can't fake that. You can't fake authenticity. You can't. You know what I mean? So today was pretty much, well, I'm always real, but today, this is one for the books.
No, I feel it,
No
man.
no asterisk. This is definitely one for the books.
I definitely felt it, man, and I appreciate you bringing that energy.
Yeah.
I know I ask folks a lot of times to get vulnerable on this platform for sure. So I just appreciate it when it's reciprocated, and guests feel comfortable to be themselves. That's what I'm aiming for. I'm just authenticity.
That there.
What's it called? Second to last question for you, Reece. What would you like to ask the next guest on 34 Questions?
If it's another artist or a writer or somebody in music, or shoot, even somebody in athletics, what are you doing to better your craft?
What are you doing to better your craft?
Yep. What are you doing to get better?
Cool. I like to answer this last question as well. So what am I doing, man? I'm trying to even though I'm not as consistent as I like to be, I think that I'm still pushing forward. Doing the little things that add up. My time has been taken up a lot. I'm making excuses right now, but my time's been taken up a lot the past year and a half or so. But yeah, I'm still able to make time to push this platform forward. And also try to learn new tools. I don't know how you feel about AI. I know it has a bad rap. And I'm trying to limit my use because I'm not trying to destroy the world with all the climate stuff that's involved as well. But I do want to know what these tools are, man, because it doesn't look like it's going to leave anytime soon. And we're not getting any younger. I don't want to get left behind with all these younger folks that know what's good, and I'm just stuck there like doing it the old school way. But yeah, and for better or worse, I don't know, and I don't know if that's a good or bad thing yet. But it's been fun to continue to figure out what's available, what resources are out there to make things happen. You feel me? But yeah.
No, yeah, I feel you like a headache. And plus, I'm over here thinking like I haven't touched AI either because, well, that's just me personally. I know I guess people can like, I heard you could just type in something. I don't know if it's Google or what's it called, chat, whatever. You could make a whole, maybe a song about some hoes, and then you got a whole damn. They give you a whole 32 bars with a hook and everything. I'm like, what? But to me, I can't do that because, like, but again, I'm old school. I'm emotional. So you need to basically hear my passion and everything I'm making what I write. I just can't ask AI to do it for me and everything because it didn't come from me and everything. That's why we feel a lot of stuff. Like that's why we go see people live, because there was something about it that resonated with us. Within that song with AI, and it just splurted out something. It's like, I can't get with this, but then again, I'm prideful as hell. So that's just me. So like when it comes to the content, I still do everything from scratch by hand. I don't do anything AI generated at all. And I'm probably not going to.
No, I got you.
Yeah, no shame in it.
Yeah, would you not put it out there, but if there was an option where I was like, oh, Reece, you gotta just like upload your song here, and then like just to see what it can do. If we make a music video based on the song, with you provide your picture, and then so that's where I'm coming from at, and that's what I've been doing lately. But yeah, would you try it, or is still like I'm not gonna be tempted by that?
Nah. I'm always that's actually one good attribute about me. I'm stupid open-minded. So I will try it, and if it's something that's cost effective, takes a little amount of time, and it's something, and it kind of blows whatever I was doing out the water. I was like, oh man, this was okay. I can get with this. I can use this. Like, let's go. Let's go. But yeah, I'm always willing to open it, like try something, like constantly. If it don't work, it don't work.
I got you. Um, Made it to the last question. 100, 200, 300 years from now, the future is watching our video. What would you like to tell them?
What do I want to tell them? Learn to say no. Don't say yes to everything. Please learn to say no. And it may get uncomfortable, but honestly, you will be so proud of yourself for saying no. And secondly, you will also inherit the respect, because some people will take advantage of you. But learn to say no. And you can even elaborate on why. Don't be stubborn. It's just like, because I said so. No, literally let them know the reason why you're telling them no, and whether it makes you uncomfortable or just don't make no sense. But please learn to say no.
I hear you. They hear you. Appreciate that, Reece. What's it called? Any last things you'd like to add? Tell people where to find your stuff, man.
Oh yeah. You guys can follow me on IG. Good evening, Mr. Black. I got my LP streaming right now. Slap dance music. Reece L Black. And I also got my collab EP with the beautiful, lovely songstress K Rowland. My first mixtape series drop off of Slap Soul is called The Honeymoon Phase. So that is streaming right now. So please go show that some love. It's a little happiness, a little bit pleasure, and a little bit sexy, and very, very, very provocative. So yeah, go run that up. And I'm currently right now working on the next two mixtapes. One called The Wrong Gentleman with Bottom the Dreamer and King Tahoe. It's an unofficial group project because I miss groups. I like groups. I'm tired of solo shit all the damn time. And Me and Sampley Cherish, Off with the Heads. That's actually going to be coming out this summer and everything. So I'm in the lab. Follow me. Show some love, tap in, send me some DMs, give me some feedback, man. Become a fan, you know what I mean? And and also follow Trap Art, because I'm one of their talent ambassadors, and you're going to be seeing a whole lot of live pop-ups with us artists, doing things locally in the Bay and everything. So follow that and make sure you be on the lookout for all of us dropping.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad to hear Trap Art's back in motion. I know I felt like they were gone for a bit.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll ask you after the pod when the next event is. You said you had a podcast too you're working on, or now? Did I mishear that?
Yeah, I got on my YouTube channel. Just search Reece L Black. Yeah, I had a full blown YouTube channel where I was dropping game, and that's where all my music videos are too. You know what I mean? So I'm talking about entertainment, dating and relationships and all that stuff, right? And then prior to that, we had the CO2 Rawcast. The whole name is called Carbon Ops Rawcast, and that was a shout out to my boy Diggy. That was my co-host. So yeah, we created our podcast basically during COVID and everything. And yeah, we was popping, but unfortunately, he had an accident with his home. It burned down, and so it took all our studio, podcast equipment with it. So we we did enough episodes, but we were supposed to keep going, but that unfortunate event happened. So that was when I decided to launch my own platform just to keep the brand going. All the while, producing jumping back into music and everything. So yeah, y'all can hit my YouTube channel, just same name, Reece L Black. See the old footage and see my new songs and new music videos as well. Run me up.
I appreciate you, Reece, man. Thanks for stopping by. I want to thank the folks out there as well. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, watching on YouTube, appreciate your time as well. Please remember to always reach out, reach forward. As always, much love, and we'll catch you guys next time on 34 Questions. Peace. And it fades out from there, man.
That's fly.